All right, so welcome to this video. What I want to kind of jump into here is expanding a little bit on that idea that we started with back on the feeding table, if you remember, where we were introducing this concept of a staff ID. And I had mentioned that ultimately we would probably get to the point where we create a table with all the staff members and then have all the information related to that particular staff member, which joins back to their particular ID. So I wanted to go ahead and create that table, and also at the same time I wanted to just bring up some concepts regarding building a table and how, if you remember back in the design view of the table, the various fields, we had some options that we could customize the field, change the data type, do some other things with. So I wanted to just kind of jump into that while I create the staffing table, bring up, highlight some of the points uh, regarding what you can do with various fields to customize the table the way that works best for you. So let's go back, let's close out this table, let's create a new table, and this will be our staffing table. Now, just like the prior tables we created, when we have a blank table here, we're just kind of going through what sort of fields we think would be relevant to the data at hand. So this time, this table is going to contain information about our staff members. Uh, so kind of think from a business manager's perspective, what would you want to know about your staff members? Well, the first thing you'd most likely be interested in are their name. So we'll do first name, we'll do last name. Um, Perhaps you'll be interested in, maybe you're interested in their date of birth, for instance. We can do a date, time. Um, we might be interested in when they were hired, so we can do hire date. Certainly would probably be interested in something like their phone number if we need to get a hold of them. Now for phone number, I'll kind of just bring this up. There's different directions you can go as far as data type, but preferably you're probably going to want to go with a text field, just because, as you know, if you're entering date or phone numbers with the parentheses around the area code, or you got dashes or whatever, if you're having non-numeric values, then you want to have this as a text field. So let's go ahead and for this field, this will be their phone, probably other just basic demographic information about them, such as their address. So we got their address and and then we'll do their city and state and all that good stuff there. We're running out of room here. Move on down. State. We'll do zip. Here's another one. For zip code, sometimes you have the dash in it if you have the 5+4 zip. So it's up to you. Do you want to use number? Another thing, some zip codes, they start with the number 0. So if you use a numeric, like if you make this a number field, a lot of times a leading 0 gets dropped, so it doesn't look exactly the way you want. So zip is typically probably something you want to have to be a text field, even though it is generally numbers. It'll be for the same reason. You want to make sure that you can account for either non-numeric values or for leading zeros, things like that. You typically want to go with the text field. And maybe we want to introduce another concept, such as maybe we want to know every time the record has been updated. Because let's say they had a change in their phone number or a change in their address. Maybe you want to note when the last time the field was modified, for instance. So let's go ahead and do a date time, and we'll have this be modified date. And I'll get a little bit more into why I'm doing this as we go further along here with updating the value that's in the design view for these different fields. So let's go ahead and say, we'll call that good. There's our table. I'll save this. This will be our staff table. And there we go. So now we've got our feeding table, our inventory table, and our staff table. So now that we have our table ready to go, in the next video, we're going to go ahead and start populating this table with data. And at the same time, we're going to take a peek behind the scenes of this table in the design view and look at some of the options available to us for each of these fields. Now, the main purpose behind that will be to show you some of the options available for you so that you can really put good controls on your table and on your fields to prevent data from getting into your table that don't really fit either the nature of the field itself or to try and prevent bad data from getting into your table that then shows up on your reports and such, just to try and prevent data getting into your table that's not the way you want to see it. So plenty more to come. Stick with me and I will catch you at the next video.